All right, I'm going to try to turn this fireplace on for about 5 minutes or so. Normally it gets too toasty for my enjoyment, but the aesthetic is just too good to pass up on that opportunity. We haven't sat down and just had a real one-on-one chat in some time. There are a lot of things I would love to just talk with you about through the form of an Instagram assumptions box. So basic, but I love it. I love that kind of trend. I like to pride myself in being always so open with you all, but I think there are just some things that slip my mind because I have such a bad memory. Oh, almost just knocked over my computer. Horrifying. So sometimes because of my literal horrible memory, I forget to mention really important things. You act exactly how you are on camera and real life. I like to think so. I think the essence of YouTube in general is awkward. Like, how often do you sit in front of your fireplace and put a camera in front of yourself and talk out loud? Like, it's just awkward in general. I think if you ask anybody to talk in front of a camera, they're going to be a little bit more animated. They're going to be a little bit more amplified. But as far as just my genuine personality, I hope this is exactly how I am. I've always thought from the beginning that I just want to be myself. That's why I was always so intimidated to start a channel, because I would see people that were so perfect and I just knew I was never going to be them. So why even bother creating a channel, because I'm the farthest thing from that. But I think just being your authentic self is something that so many creators are doing now, and it's a lot more relatable. It's a lot more fun to watch. If you're just looking at it black and white, of course, I'm going to be a little bit more amplified on camera, but this is real, this is me. Your cheerfulness is a facade to cover your pain and insecurities. That's deep. I think in some instances, yes, I will always choose to try and find the optimistic side of things, but I think I've always just been a little bit more chipper. I think I've always just wanted to be a more positive person. It's almost been ingrained in me to look at a situation from an optimistic perspective, which is so funny because if you listen to the podcast I had with Keith, where he came onto the podcast, he is so much more of a realist. But if the two of us were in a ignorantly blissful, optimistic relationship, it probably wouldn't work out because he balances me out and I balance him out, and that's probably why it works. This is a good one. You're sick of fitness content, but it performs best. I feel like that's such a juicy thing to ask. I don't know why. The answer is no. If I was sick and tired of fitness content, I would probably just stop uploading videos. I don't think I'm the kind of person that could lie my way through it or just put up this facade that I'm happy when I'm not. If my passion is just not there, then I think that's the time when I would need to step away from YouTube, because I would only ever do it if I was genuinely just so in love with it like I am now. When I first started YouTube, I felt extraordinarily lost on the path that I wanted to take because I just wanted to create videos. I didn't really care what they were about, but I sort of knew that where my interest lied as a watcher is the path I should take as a creator. The only content I went on YouTube to watch was fitness content. I would watch Whitney Simmons, I would watch Grace Beverly, Nikki Blackketter, I would watch pretty much all of the Gymshark athletes, and I was just religiously involved with their lives, which is so creepy to admit now. But that's what drew me to YouTube. That's what got me into a lot of fitness content myself. It's what started my weightlifting journey. I knew that that was something I always dreamt about, was creating fitness content online, but it always felt like I couldn't do it because I didn't have this idyllic weightlifting body. I love where I am. I love the content I create. I hope that you like the content I create. I think it's neat to do things that kind of switch things up every once in a while, but having fitness as a niche is actually so beyond helpful. If you're a creator and sometimes you have the world as your oyster, to me, I always felt less inspired than almost having fitness as my main objective, and I can go pretty much any way from that center point and be creative as heck with it. If you ever had to eat in a cafeteria during college, you ate cereal with every meal. Eating cereal after every meal was how I gained the freshman 15, the freshman 20, whatever the heck I gained. It was bad. I had Lucky Charms, Frosted Flakes, Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. I went through it all. I've always loved cereal. I still love cereal. Now I mainly eat schoolyard snacks cereal. This person assumed that I'm tall. I've been told I give off tall person energy, which I don't know how. I'm 5'2". I think that is the biggest compliment that you think I'm tall. I also know it's so hard to judge how somebody actually looks on camera. But yes, I am 5'2". It's the reason my leggings are always rolled. It's the reason things don't always fit me very well. But I like being short. I wouldn't change it. You don't take shit from anyone. Actually, that's probably a very big and bad lie, for being honest.
Not only is it a big lie, but it is a big and bad lie.
I wish I didn't take shit from anybody. Are you kidding me? But I just am an Enneagram 9. I'm a peacemaker at heart. I have a very hard time with confrontation. I have a very hard time even bringing things up that truly bother me, unless it just hits home, it goes against my morals, my ethics. Those are the kinds of things I will absolutely stand up for. I could never imagine stepping out of line. I try my best to be so nice and polite to service workers. The last thing I want is conflict, so I will take shit from people because I'm too afraid to speak up for myself, which is pathetic and something I need to work on, truly. You don't look like an introvert, but you actually are. I'm pretty sure I'm that different term, like an omnivert, whatever. I'm very extroverted when I want to be, but I can be very introverted in terms of just kind of needing to recharge on my own, whether that be in this apartment or whether that just means I'm sitting down and watching Love Island or reading my Kindle or something like that. I think it just kind of depends on the day. I can be very introverted in meeting new people, or I just want to make friends with literally everybody that I see. As I kind of mentioned, it's a lot easier to just be open and weird in front of a camera, sitting in a living room all by myself versus being around a huge crowd of people. I think I would be extraordinarily nervous to do that. I do think deep down, I'm more introverted than I even probably realize. I get this one a lot, all right? You quit your day job for YouTube. The answer is no. I did not quit my day job for YouTube. Essentially, I started YouTube in October 2019 and I was working full time. YouTube continued to happen. I got monetized in, I think, February of 2020, and then coronavirus came to the chat. I was basically furloughed kind of from my job, and then I continued to do YouTube pretty much ever since then. So it's been almost a year, which is absolutely wild that we're going on a year of having corona in our lives. I didn't really have plans to quit my job. It was sort of a shock, but I think something that I knew was happening because my industry was hit as one of the hardest, at least as far as recovery goes. But I guess we'll just kind of see down the line if that's something that I want to pursue when the time is right. But for the moment, I'm very grateful that I have YouTube as kind of like this backup plan that became my main plan. Obviously, it wasn't ideal. I didn't enjoy losing my job. It wasn't a fun thing. My heart goes out to everybody who was in a similar situation. It was a very tough year for so many reasons, but I'm extraordinarily thankful and grateful for this platform that has allowed me to keep a roof over my head and just be able to connect with you all from around the world, share in these experiences, and just spread a little bit of light when maybe we all needed it the most. You wish you still did weightlifting a lot. No, I really don't. So here's the thing, I haven't shared all that much on my channel, and it's not like some taboo topic, but I just have never really dove into really my full weightlifting story on why I quit weightlifting. Pretty much for 4 years, I was weightlifting non-stop. I would go to the gym, I would only weightlift. Maybe I would use the treadmill just to warm up, just do a 5-10 minute walking warm up, and then I would strictly go and do squats, deadlifts, bicep curls, cable, what heck not. I loved it. I lived for it. I thought it was so much fun. It was a neat part of my life because it just felt so experimental. I had never really touched the weights in the gym before. I went through so many different workout guides. I did a whole video on that as well, but it just felt like this time where I could just have fun and kind of unlock this part of the gym that always intimidated me. I did that consistently for 4 years. I would do all the things I thought you were supposed to do, like have protein and maybe go into a caloric deficit, increase your weight, do some progressive overload, all of those buzzwords, you know. After a while, it sort of felt like not only was I not seeing much progress, I kind of had seen great progress in the beginning, gotten those beginner gains, reached a plateau, and then just was still in the plateau for about 3 years. Even though it felt like I was changing what I was eating, trying to eat better, I was increasing the weight that I was lifting, I was trying to switch up the exercises so I could, you know, shock my body and maybe find different ways to see progress, but it just wasn't working. You know, when you start to not see great progress, you aren't happy with yourself, and then I just lost my passion for it. And when it comes to the gym, I need to be passionate. I need to be interested in the workout or I won't do it. I won't go. So I kind of just decided maybe it would be best if I tried something different. If I just tried incorporating different things in my routine. I would do a lot more HIIT workouts. I would try and go on runs a lot more. I would go on walks. I would do challenges that I've done in YouTube videos that I'm sure maybe you've seen at this point. I still use weights almost every single time that I work out, whether that's light weights or maybe it's deadlifting something in a group fitness class, what have you, but I do not strictly go to the gym and only weight lift like I had for those past 4 years. I don't think that there's any shame in weightlifting. I am so empowered and inspired by everybody that shares their weightlifting journey, and I say, heck yes, do what works for you. But I think I've always said that on my channel. There's a reason there's so many different fitness routines, programs, guides, because not one thing fits all. So for me, I need a whole bunch of variety or else I get way too darn bored. I need different programs, I need different workouts, I need weights, I need running, I need walking, I need HIIT, I need functional training. You know, I just need it all. So I've kind of moved past that part of my life. It's not something that I'm ashamed of. It's not a bad thing in the slightest. I have no hate or shade towards weightlifting or weightlifters. Heck no, I think they're the coolest people out there. But I just think it started to not work for me as much anymore, and I wanted to try something new. It doesn't mean I wouldn't try it again, but for this time in my life, I think it's so important to just do the workouts that make you happy, do the workouts that bring you joy. And I always want you to do the exact same thing. Don't just do a workout because you see all of your favorite people doing it online. I think that was kind of my mistake, if I'm being honest. I have a huge FOMO problem. I wanted to do what everybody else was doing. They were seeing good results, so why wasn't I seeing good results? I'm having fun right now. I'm finding joy in my workouts, and that's all that matters to me. Honest to God, I just want to be happy. I want to be encouraged to work out because I know I'm going to be proud of myself and I'm going to get that endorphinic feeling. I'm going to have endorphins afterwards. Blech, this is deep. You are happy about your appearance only when you exercise. I don't think so. No, you know what? No, I disagree. I was going to say possibly, but I truly think I'm happiest about my appearance when I'm feeling most confident. That has nothing to do with exercise. That has nothing to do with my activity for the day, my activity for the week. It's whenever I feel like my best self. Feeling very confident can come from the workouts that I do or the food I nourish my body with, but I would never just put so much of my happiness into my appearance as well. My friend Amanda reminded me of this quote that Natasha Ocean has said before, which is basically to say, my appearance is the least interesting thing about me. There are so many other cool things that I want to share with you or I want to connect with you about. And there's just so much joy and positivity that I want to be able to spread or even just show you my personality and connect with you and relate with you. That to me is so much more interesting and so much more powerful than the way I look. And I don't ever want to think of myself strictly in regards to what my appearance is, workouts or not. I kind of want to end it on that cute little positive note, praising our queen Natasha and just being honest with you all, because I kind of wanted that to be the theme of today's video, just with our fireside chat, if you will. Truthfully, I am an open book. I just need to jog my memory for one quick second to get it all out, but I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you had some assumptions about me answered. Maybe. Keep it real, keep it fun, keep it real fun. Subscribe down below, give this video a big thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Trying to work on my TikTok game. Really trying to work on it. Love you all so much. I'll see you in the next one. I'm so darn hot. I have to turn this off.